I'm Alexi Freeman. I currently serve as the Associate Dean of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at Denver Law. I'm also a professor there, and I also serve as the Director of Externships and Social Justice Initiatives. I have a lot of titles, but what the value of that is that I get to have, I think, a lot of engagement with our student population on a range of topics, certainly which includes well-being generally. I am so incredibly honored to be among this group of honorees and to be considered as someone who's raised the profile of well-being. I think it's a topic that all of us need to talk about all of the time. For me, well-being, I think about two things as it relates to well-being. I think about values, so really being connected to your why. So who you are, why do you want to do what you want to do? Are you living a life that leads with your values first? And then I also think about the concept of belonging, right? And I think about, can you bring your true authentic self to an office, right? Can you be who you are? Can you talk about your background? Can you talk in the language that you prefer to talk with, et cetera, and so forth? And to me, when you can do both of those things, hopefully you have a pretty positive sense of well-being. And I think our profession needs to think about what can we do, right? To allow people to lead with those values, to allow people to have a greater sense of belonging. My advice for fostering well-being is multifaceted. I don't think there's a one stamp, right? There's a one step you need to take. I think this is very individualized. But some things that come to mind would be, one, not forgetting what drives you, what you care about, right? I think we have to center your values. Two, I would think about knowing that the career and the profession is long, right? So it may be that you have different sacrifices at different times, maybe that your circumstances change. You can move, right? You can ask new people new questions. There's a lot of movement in the profession. I think sometimes we think we're stuck and we can't make any change. Three, you can change things, right? I think that's really important. And then four, I think sometimes we get, as a profession, a little bit insulated. And sometimes I think we need to remember that we can learn a lot from people who are non-lawyers, from other professions. What are they doing well? Where are people happy, right? Where is there more diverse professions? Let's take some lessons there. I think it will help our profession become as best as it can be. And then I will also just say that sometimes I think lawyers forget that we're in really privileged positions. Yes, we all have hard times, and some of us have, experienced more hardships than others, but we still have, it's such a privilege, right? It's such a privilege and such a duty to be a lawyer that I think sometimes we need to have a little bit of perspective about what our clients, right? We ask our clients to do and what we do. So perhaps some of that vulnerability and authenticity that we require of our clients, we need to bring also to the profession. And I think that will help with the well-being overall in our profession. I am so grateful for the myriad of law students that I get to work with. It is such a blessing to work with them, and they inspire me every single day. And then when I see them as lawyers, and I see them becoming internship supervisors, and I see them, succeeding, and hopefully succeeding, I think, in a way that brings them joy, I am so grateful for the job that I have. I'm also so grateful for my two kids. I have two kids who keep me grounded. For me, it's them, right? It's finding time to spend time with them. For others, it might be your pet, it might be your parent, whatever it may be, but I think there's value, right, in finding time away from the law and playing baseball and wiffle ball with my kiddos and practicing violin and dancing in the kitchen. Those are the things that also truly affect the state of my well-being as well. And my husband's not too bad too.